All right, you feather merchants. This film is going to be about the last 6 months that I was at Pelican Bay and when I had to try out for that position in Afghanistan. But first, I'd like a brief word from our sponsors.
You don't have any sponsor.
I don't have any sponsors.
Everyone thinks you are crazy.
Sorry about that. I thought for sure we had sponsors. Anyway, it was about, I'd say about a year before I was ready to retire. I was on a security squad at Pelican Bay, and I hurt my foot. I broke a bone in my foot. I knew I broke a bone kicking a heavy bag. And so anyway, I go to this Chinese orthopedic doctor in Crescent City, and he took the x-ray of my foot. He said, you know I have broken bone. You have nerve damage. You take pain. So I thought, wow, boy, it sure feels like a broken bone. Anyway, I took the pain, and you know what it was like? It was like having a marble inside your shoe and walking on it. The pain did not go away. I mean, it was unbelievable. And it was about, I think about 6 months later, I went to a real orthopedic doctor in Medford, and he took an x-ray, and he said, you have a broken bone in your foot. He said, if you had come to me when it first happened, we could have healed it real quick. We could have fixed it, but now it's going to take a major surgery, you know. Well, I haven't got time for this nonsense. So if that wasn't enough, then it was, I think it was right around, I had about 6 months left to do on my Pelican Bay, and I dislocated my right knee doing judo. And this was serious because when I dislocated, I felt something tear in there. And, oh, did that hurt. But I couldn't go to a doctor. If I went to a doctor with that, I thought for sure they're going to make me retire. And I thought, what am I going to do retired? Go fishing? I don't think so. Anyway, that would have screwed up any chance I'd have of going to Iraq or Afghanistan. So I just wrapped my knee and took the pain and made it through the rest of the year until I could retire from Pelican Bay. So it was about, I don't know, a couple weeks later, I got an answer on one of my resumes I submitted. There was a company in Washington, D.C., and they wanted me to try out for a position in Afghanistan. And so they flew me out there. The whole process was going to take about 10 days, I believe. And they wanted to make sure you were proficient in computers, that you could teach firearms, you could teach basic correctional classes. And but one thing I wasn't quite prepared for, they had a run. You had to run about, I believe it was a quarter mile. I don't think it was a half mile because I don't think I could have ran a half mile, but it was a quarter mile, and it was for a time. And the track that they had you run on, it was a windy track, kind of going up and down a little bit, not too dramatic. But at the end, you had to run up a long flight of stairs. And so I ran as fast as I could, which wasn't really very fast, because I had my knee wrapped. I had a knee brace, and then I had it wrapped with a bicycle tire and taped up. Anyway, So by the time I got to the stairs, the guys that had started to run with me, they had already ran past me a long time ago. And they were at the top of the stairs and they're yelling, "You're not going to make it. You got to run faster." So I ran up those stairs, long flight of stairs. I ran up those stairs as fast as I could. I thought I was going to have a heart attack, but I thought, hey, I'm right there. They can get an ambulance. They got good hospitals there in Washington, D.C. But anyway, I made it. I made that one. And then there was now I got to run an obstacle course. Well, the obstacle course, it rained the day before we went there. And one of the things we had to do was drag, it was a 180-pound dummy, right? That she had to drag so many feet. I don't remember how many feet. And you pick it up and drag it. And the only problem is it had rained the night before. And the 180-pound dummy now, I believe, weighed about 280 pounds. So, boy, it wasn't any problem picking it up and running with it, but when your knee, you have torn ligaments in your knee, that's a whole different ballgame. Well, anyway, and this is all for time, your time. So I start my time, and I drag this thing, and I'm thinking, oh, my knee is killing me. And the next obstacle, as soon as I drugged the dummy, was to scale this wall. The wall was, I believe it was a 5-foot wall. It could have been close to 6 foot, but I think it was 5 foot. And I scaled that. And, when I was young, I mean, that's nothing. But you know what? It's unbelievable. When you get older, walls aren't that easy to jump over, which I found out, And so I jumped over this wall. And the next obstacle, I'm running, and I saw it's a culvert. And you drop down and you move on your hands and knees to crawl underneath this culvert. And the thing is, as soon as I saw it, I knew that's going to slow my time down crawling through that. But I couldn't help notice that because of the rain, there was water and mud at the bottom of the culvert. So what I did, I just dove at first and slid through the culvert and came out the other side. So I cut some of the time down. And then you ran to this stairway. It was a stairway going up platform, and then you ran downstairs, and you had to pick up these 2 ammo cans with, I don't know what they had in them. It was heavy. And you run up the stairs, the platform, then you run down the stairs, then you put the ammo cans down. And then I remember you had to run to where this ladder was. There's a long ladder. And you grab a shotgun in one hand and you climb the ladder as fast as you can. And you get up to the top of the ladder and you had to hit, I believe it was a bell that you had to hit, because then they'd know you made it to the top of the ladder. And then you come down the ladder. And now this one, the last one, it was kind of stupid to me, but you run up to this vehicle and you grab a handgun, and it's not loaded, but you had to pull the trigger a few times, which I never quite understood that. I mean, anyone could pull a trigger, but anyway, that was the end of that one. And during the 10 days, of course, you have to qualify with a couple different weapons. They want to make sure you know how to shoot. And they want to, there's several observers observing us. There was, I don't know, it might have been 30 people to start with. They're going to hire 14, and some of them were being told to go home. And basically, they wanted to make sure you could get along with other people, right? Well, I never had any trouble doing that, except there was only one person that I met when I was in correction that I I did not like. And I'm not going to say a male or female, but I really believe this person is possessed by a demon. And because of what they did. I've never seen anything like this before. I mean, this is the most dishonest and meanest person I had ever met. But anyway, this isn't about this particular person. Anyway, it just I went through the 10 days, and many of the people I was competing against, of course, they're all younger than me, and I thought, and several of them had overseas experience already, working for private contractors like in Jordan and places like that, and in Iraq. So I kind of was prepared to go back home, and I'd already got licensed as a private investigator. So I thought, I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to start my own business, because I'm not going to get picked for this job. There's too many applicants. Anyway, it was the last day, I believe it was a Friday, and they said they were going to post the names on a bulletin board. But one other thing, I had to go in front of a board. I think there was 3 people there, and they're asking me different questions. And actually, they started asking me a couple of questions that I wasn't real clear on. And so I told them, I said, basically, when it comes to corrections, there's nothing that I don't know. Now I'm lying through my teeth. I mean, what? And they looked at each other, and I thought they're buying it. They believed it. Well, anyway, then they said they're going to post the names of the people that are going to be chosen to go there. And I went out there, not expecting my name to be on the list, and I'll be darned, I was one of the 14 that was chosen. And that evening, we boarded a flight out of Washington, D.C. for Afghanistan. And I was so excited about this. Here I'm in my 60s. I can't even believe they would pick me, but they did. And what an experience that was. Anyway, I'm going to end this film, and you feather merchants have a good day.